Wrecked him, damn near killed him.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
I like it. I like it a lot.
To the Oh My Geek podcast.
Oh, now I don't have to scream anymore.
You don't. Save your voice, buddy.
But save it for what? This, I suppose. But
You're adoring fans.
who wants to? Oh, if I do have any out there, please contact me at
Here we go already.
Nick_Black on Twitter. I'm curious. I want to know how many fans I got, if any.
So would his girlfriend.
I don't mean fans like that. I mean like listeners.
Oh, like them.
Well, yes. I hope there's somebody who doesn't know.
I suppose.
Yeah. No, it'd be cool to have fans. I mean, I've got like low self-esteem, so fans.
At least he's honest about it.
Shenanigans.
I don't have low
It's
self-esteem.
been called.
All right. So we're back.
Yep.
Hooray. How's everybody doing?
I'm good.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
I wouldn't say I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing all right.
You doing all right?
I just okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, all right.
Wish I was doing fantastic.
Oh.
No, I am doing fantastic for a
Well,
reason we'll get to later on in the
I
show.
think maybe you'll be doing fantastic. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
I
rather
gotcha.
excited
I know
about
what you're talking
something.
about. Okay.
Yeah.
So first up, we this is our second podcast of the day.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were just on the podcast, critically acclaimed. Critically awesome. Excuse
Critically
me.
awesome.
Excuse me. Oh my goodness.
Wah, wah, wah.
I know, right?
Thank you to Trent.
Here I go again. Was it in the 70s?
This.
It might have been. But thank you guys
The
for having us
critically-
on.
Was it the
Yes.
future Conan?
In the year 2000.
Oh,
my.
that was a great sketch.
That was. I missed that. I missed a lot of that
I
stuff.
like secrets.
Oh yeah. Everybody's sitting in the
Secrets.
back room smoking.
Yeah.
That's
Conan
good
O'Brien's 12:35 show is the best.
It was great.
Absolutely.
Abe Pagoda, man.
But again, thank you to the Critically Awesome podcast
Yes.
for having us on. So be sure to check them out to wherever you get your podcasts. We had a blast on it, and we'll probably join them again sometime in the future.
And me and Nick want our revenge.
Oh, that's right.
Hosed.
Yeah, that's right. We had a trivia off.
We lost a very narrow defeat.
Yeah.
It was.
Half a
It
point.
was good, though. Played a good game.
Yeah.
Played a good game. You're just going to have to listen to their episode to find out what we're talking about.
Because I don't like to give context. This is a contextless show. It's not. I hope it's not.
Everybody have a good weekend.
Yes.
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 Wonderful.
Something lovely happened over the weekend.
What
Yeah.
lovely happened?
We'll get to that. It's one of the
Oh,
points.
it's one of the stories. Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I hear you.
Never mind. I was going to go a completely different direction.
Wow. Yeah. So I ventured back down to Southern California for a few days to visit family, and we had some fun outings, as people on our social media saw,
Yes.
because the original Halloween movie was filmed in Pasadena, South Pasadena, technically.
It wasn't filmed in Haddonfield, Illinois.
Was not filmed in Haddonfield.
Next thing you know, you're going to tell me there is no Haddonfield, Illinois.
Well, you're right. I was trying to think of something funny to say. I had nothing. No, it's kind of interesting. I mean, growing up there, I mean, I knew where it was, and I've visited there before. But the funny thing about how it all happened, my mom, who is an older lady, one of her favorite movies is Halloween.
I love that movie.
Yeah, she loves that movie. And her last visit out here, because she lives in Texas, and her last visit out here, we were watching something else, and she saw that a documentary on the making of Halloween was going to be on. She's like, "Oh, I want to watch it." I'm like, "Okay, sure thing." And so we watched it, and she'd never realized that it had filmed in Pasadena. And I said, "Yeah, I know exactly where it is, because they also filmed some of it at my old elementary school in Alhambra."
Oh, cool.
And so that was like one of the things she had been talking about in coming back out to California this year. She was like, I really want to go see that. So I was like, okay. So when my wife and I went down to visit, to hang with the family this week, that was her first thing she wanted to do. She wanted to go and see the locations from Halloween. So, and what we discovered, which was really cool, is the neighborhood where they filmed that, they actually moved the house down the street. So it's not where it actually was originally. They were going to destroy it to build up, I think, some apartment complexes that are there now. Oh. And so instead, the owner, then they moved it up the street, and it's now a realty company. But right behind, so that house that I'm talking about is the Michael Myers house. So the house at the beginning of the movie where the young Michael Myers kills his sister, and then later on in the movie it's all dilapidated and he's watching from inside. That's the house I'm talking about, the Halloween house. But right behind it is a little art gallery. And,
that's cool.
Yeah, and inside the art gallery, they actually have a permanent room dedicated to Halloween. Let me pull it up really quickly. I want to make sure that I give them the proper shout out so that if you are ever in Pasadena, you can go and visit them.
I went to Doc Brown's house in Pasadena.
That's right. They are the Sugar Mint Gallery. Sugar Mint is sugar, and then MYNT Gallery, and they are tagged on our Instagram with those pictures. But yeah, they have a very cool, room that has some props, set photos. They have an original screenplay. They have an original face cast of the William Shatner mask. So the film the casting that they did of it, so they can make other masks. They have that there on display. That it's on loan, and it's really cool. And apparently they have other little pop-up events. They have I think it's called Haddonfield Days, and so this big celebration is going to start soon. That'll go through Halloween, and of course the area is crazy during Halloween. And they do movie screenings, pop-up movie screenings there. They just had a thing for Hocus Pocus. And so one of the, I think it was one of the prop makers donated a bunch of stuff for them to display. So they had costumes and stuff from Hocus Pocus on there. Would happen to be, which is one of my wife's favorite movies. Cool. So she loved that we were there. So I suggest checking it out. And then another house there, I'm blanking on. I'm just tired. Jamie Lee Curtis's character's name, Laurie
Strode.
Thank you, Strode. So the Strode house. You remember the scene in the movie where she comes out to wait for her friends to pick her up, and she's sitting there with a pumpkin. Mm-hmm. So that house is also in Pasadena. And the owners of the house, it's really cool of them. They decide, okay, we understand that a movie was filmed here. People love it. To get people to stop from coming up onto their porch, 'cause it's a real house, to keep them from coming up on the porch and knocking on the door, they put out at the entryway a fake pumpkin. So you can sit there on the on their wall like she does in the movie holding a pumpkin.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so they leave that out there. So anybody who's coming, they're like, okay, do that here. Perfectly fine. Just please stop coming up to our house and knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool of them to do. And that's just like a block or two away from the Myers house. So if you're in South Pasadena, I suggest looking it up to check it out. So that was fun. And then we went because, again, she just loves seeing these things. The Brady Bunch house. Oh, yeah. In Studio City.
That's just sold, right?
It sold a while ago, and this is why she wanted to see, because she didn't realize how close it was, and that it was an actual real house. The outside was a real house, and it's not far from where I used to live in North Hollywood. And so her last trip, I took her by. I was like, yeah, it's right here. And that's me, oh my God, it's really small. And it wasn't long after that it sold to the Home and Garden Channel, so HGTV. So they're doing a renovation right now to make the inside look like the house. So she's been watching them do it on TV.
Oh, cool.
And so she wanted to go by there. And so we drove by, but they have construction fence up and everything. But, she loves seeing that stuff. And I love taking people on tours for little things like that, because a lot of times on regular sightseeing tours, you wouldn't go. And it's kind of neat to show that these things exist and where they actually are in real life. So
there's like a dozen plus houses in Long Beach for different movies.
Yeah.
You got Ferris Bueller's house and all the houses, I think, from American Pie.
And then like you were saying too, then, South Pasadena was big for Back to the Future. Yeah. The high school is in Hollywood. It's actually a church.
The Gamble House.
Yeah, the Gamble House was Doc Brown's.
That one's
cool. The Brown Mansion.
Took a tour.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Oh, did you go into it? I've only been on the outside. I've never taken any of the tours that they have of the actual house.
You did a little walkthrough, and they taught about the era and the family who built it and everything.
Nice.
Or had it built.
So I would suggest for anybody that's, even if you're in Southern California, if you're not, probably a lot of residents don't realize that some of those things are as close as they are. Yeah. Look it up online and go and check it out, because they're a lot of fun.
I was going to say, fun fact, do you guys know what happened to the house from Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Which is not in California at all, by the way. I just thought about this because Halloween and stuff. It is a restaurant now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope it's a steakhouse.
I'm actually pretty sure it is. But yeah, I saw that on the special
Carve your meat
features
with a
for-
chainsaw.
It's the vegan.
or
That'd be
so they
hilarious.
say.
That would be hilarious if it was
Doesn't
a
it
vegan
also sound
restaurant.
like the perfect like setting for like a horror movie? Like Lil, you went with, oh no, this is not. You're not eating people. That was just the movie.
It was just soy.
They
Soylent Green.
Toy Furky. Or whatever that stuff is.
But no, I saw that on the. I have the 40th anniversary of Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Blu-ray, and that's one of the special features. It shows it what it looks like now.
That's hilarious.
It's actually
I didn't know that.
Like beautiful looking house, like in real life. Like not obviously not in the movie. If you guys have seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre, if you haven't, I'd recommend it unless you have delicate sensibilities, and obviously, no. Even if you have delicate sensibilities, watch it. Everyone watch it.
Yeah, everybody watch it.
Watch it.
Watch it.
Homework.
Yeah.
I always wish there was a Jackrabbit Slims
That would be cool. But
to go to.
at the Alamo Draft House, you can get milkshakes with alcohol in it,
Nice.
but it's like $15 instead of $5.
but they're
Fancy.
but they're delicious.
Yep. Or I'm told I'm too cheap to spend $15 on a milkshake. I don't
That was
care
the one
what's in
thing
it.
that I didn't get a chance to do when I was down there this time. Is they opened a new Alamo Draft House in L.A. and I want to
nice.
go check it out
Nice.
because I love me the Draft House.
Best theater in the world.
One of them.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
still,
chain,
my
I should
favorite
say.
is still the ArcLight, but I
Yeah.
love Alamo Draft House.
That's cool.
I like ArcLight.
I've never been.
I like it.
I've been to Northridge a bunch of times though.
It's practically the same, but not.
Chairs, movies,
Identical.
popcorn, same thing.
Imagine if Northridge was really awesome. That's the ArcLight.
Yeah, I can't do that. I've been there too many times.
Oh, Lord.
I can't unsee what I've seen.
So it's been a week of news.
Yes, it has.
Not just a week, a few days.
It's a
Yes.
whirlwind.
Really? Yeah. Oh, I like that. A whirlwind.
Whirlwind.
That's right. Should we start it off with probably Nick's favorite story of the week?
Yes, we should.
And other Nick's favorite story of the week.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
This is
All
one
right.
of the things that me and him have like a great deal in common, and is our love for this one thing.
So it was announced that Sony and Disney have parted ways as far as their teaming up with the Spider-Man movies, or Spider-Man being a part of the MCU.
Oh, this was not the thing me and him were excited
Oh,
about.
that's not. Oh,
No,
okay. Oh, we're
no.
gonna get to another one.
Psych
then.
your mind.
Oh my goodness.
However, I am not as upset about this as
I know
other
the
people are.
I know the other story
Yeah.
you're excited about. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you
Silly.
were excited about this just because you're upset with that.
No, I kind of laughed when I heard this.
I did too a little bit because it was kind of humorous how it all happened in a sense, because Disney did their announcement during the day that made it sound like, oh, Sony's being difficult, and so we wanted to help so much, but we just want to do a little bit more, like we want to co-finance it and blah 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 blah. And so most of the press during the day was how Sony had screwed up, and then last night I sent you a message showing, Sony's is talking. And so according to them,
Not going down without a fight.
yeah, they've basically said that the reason that Spider-Man will no longer be part of the MCU and that Kevin Feige will not be producing is because he's just too busy. So they just made it sound like Kevin Feige's he's so busy, he just doesn't have time to work on this, which to me sounded like they typed it with extreme sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
He couldn't possibly be bothered to lend a hand.
So, according to Deadline, they said that sources maintain that Feige's exit was about money. It was about Disney seeking the 50-50 co-finance stake, because in the original agreement that they had going up till now, Disney was only making 5%. 5% of first gross. And when their last film hits $1 billion, Sony obviously doesn't want to give that up, because we had $1 billion movie, guys, and we didn't really have to do anything. And then Disney was like, maybe we should split it a little bit more evenly. And so who knows what else was said, but they're both swinging at each other. And because of that, Spider-Man will no longer be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as of now. Things could change, but it's just
Disney could buy Sony. We don't know.
Well, remember Sony has a lot of money behind them that's not in this country.
Yes, that's true.
So I don't see that happening, but I could easily see them really, really trying to make a bid for Spidey in the $1 billion area.
Yeah.
And it would be dumb for Sony to turn that down, because realistically, if Disney / Marvel isn't behind the movies, Sony really doesn't have a large track record as far as production on it.
Yeah.
Venom did well.
And that might have given him some false confidence.
I think so.
Could've.
Yeah, I think, but I don't know. I just don't know. The timing of this is very peculiar, especially because, and I think maybe it was pushed by the fact that D23 is this coming weekend, and so it's very possible that Disney was really trying to nail down the agreement so they can make an announcement at D23, and Sony just didn't blink when they came out swinging. And so the other interesting part about it as well is this coming spring or / summer, California Adventure Disneyland is supposed to be opening a Spider-Man attraction, and I know it's supposed to be part of the MCU. So did their agreement, no matter what, say that they'd still be a part of it, or does their agreement for theme parks not come into play?
That is quite the situation there.
Yeah. So because trying to change something that in depth from what I know of the attraction, they just can't. They wouldn't be able to pull out the MCU part of it, the MCU Spider-Man out of it, and just rehash it. I mean, they could. It's not going to be a good attraction if they do that. Their only other option now is to just not open as planned until it's figured out.
Damn you, Sony.
Because legally,
Disney's obviously got a little something to do with this.
Yeah,
too.
because legally, Disney can put Spider-Man in their parks because of owning Marvel.
Yeah.
They just can't put in the film versions of him. But I'm wondering if the past representations up till now of MCU that they still can use. It's weird.
Yeah.
And contracts like that are weird as well.
Well, I was even when we were talking about last night, I was asking you, like, I don't know what any of these contracts look like. I know Tom Holland was cast after this partnership began. So I don't know, does that give like Tom Holland an out? Does that give Sony an out? Like, if let's say neither party wants to, give it another go, which I can't imagine they wouldn't. I mean, who knows? I understand that it's still supposed to be Tom Holland, though.
It's my understanding, but here's again part of how I said there's Sony statements. It had a lot of digs and a little bit of snark in it as well. A Sony spokesperson said, "We hope this might change in the future, but understand that the many new responsibilities that Disney has given him, speaking of Kevin Feige, including all their newly added Marvel properties, do not allow time for him to work on IP they do not own."
I mean, that would clearly be in reference
they
to
technically
the film
still
rights.
do own it. It's just the fact that they've rented it out on a very large
It's just kind of their way of saying he's got a lot of stuff to work on, but he can't work on something he doesn't own, which is the film version of Spider-Man.
Yeah. But like what I've been bringing up in conversation throughout the day with people is, I mean, let's be real about something.
Let's be real.
How, like, percentage-wise, how much work would you say Marvel Studios did on these films? I've been saying half.
Oh, I'd say
probably more than that.
Yeah, I'd say at least 90 to 95%.
Yeah. And then remind me again how much they were getting off of first growth?
5%.
Damn you, Sony. That's dirty.
So that's why I can understand Disney wanting
dirty.
a little bit more if they are the ones doing all the work.
I mean, I think 50-50 is pretty fair.
And I think that Disney / Marvel Studios would probably be content with continuing the model of them doing everything and just they're basically renting, Spider-Man from them for films. Okay, let us do it all, and we're going to rent it. And but Maybe 50-50 is just too much. So we'll see. I mean, this is a busy week for Disney, which we'll get into later.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a huge headache for them because I know they had a lot at stake for this. I mean, Spider-Man was becoming the face of the MCU with the death of Tony Stark.
That's actually kind of why I chuckled at all.
You know, and so for them to bet so much on a character that they don't own was really taking a big gamble. You know, I think maybe they were hopeful that they would continue with Sony and that it wouldn't be a problem, but
maybe Disney should have listened to Kenny Rogers. Got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Oh, I was thinking Lady.
I'm your knight in shining armor and I love you. That's all I know from that song. I'm not the biggest Kenny Rogers fan. I just know The Gambler.
But I know that again, according to Deadline sources, said there are 2 more Spider-Man films in the works, and the studio hopes to have director John Watts and Tom Holland front and center. So the director doesn't have a deal for the next one.
Someone tried to tell me it was going to be Mark Webb again, and I was like, I don't know about that one. Amazing 2 lost a lot of money. I don't even know what Mark Webb has done since. I actually did like the first Amazing Spider-Man, though.
Well, and now I wonder if to maybe not address this at D23, if we'll start hearing very quick X-Men Fantastic Four news.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Spider-Man. We got these other ones.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
I don't know.
they have a little extra time to work on other properties now.
Well, yeah, but they just don't have a little extra time this week.
Oh, no, that's true. That's true.
Especially, too, because there's another movie that Tom Holland is in for Disney. I can't remember the title right now, that he was probably supposed to be there to promote.
Oh, it's going to be awkward.
But something tells me that maybe he won't be there just to avoid all of this.
Who else is in the movie? I bet you they're going to be there instead.
I don't know. In other news, this caught me by surprise.
Caught everyone by surprise. No one saw this coming.
So it was confirmed yesterday that Matrix 4 is a go, with Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss returning, and Lana Wachowski writing and directing.
But Neo and Trinity died at the end of the 3rd movie. So
I seem to remember that.
It's Matrix Return.
Maybe they're Ghost Matrix.
They're spooky ghosts from the Matrix. Hi, I'm Neo.
But but earlier, Nick, you made an observation about their track record since the first Matrix, which I didn't even really think about till you mentioned it.
So I want to say the Wachowskis have been doing movies for about roughly 25 years. I mean, like Bound came out in like what, 94, 95, something like that.
Yeah.
And so, as far as I know, they only have the one good movie, and that's the first Matrix.
You didn't care for Bound?
A couple scenes, but you know, the rest of the movie, not so much.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, like the Matrix sequels sucked. Cloud Atlas sucked. Jupiter Ascending sucked. They ghost directed V for Vendetta, and it kind of sucked. They also ghost directed Ninja Assassin, and that totally sucked. Like,
I forgot about that.
They're not good filmmakers. They made one good movie, and I love that movie.
I do too.
I absolutely love that one movie they did. And actually, the video game prequel to Matrix 2, I forget if it was Revelations or Reloaded. I forget which one was which.
Yes.
But the video game prequel, Enter the Matrix, was much better.
I had always wanted to play that.
It was awesome, and the 2 sequel movies were not. But I don't know how much they actually did for that. I mean, I always assumed there was a lot of second unit people that did that. I don't know.
I remember going to see Reloaded. I was so excited.
Is Reloaded the second one, and then Revelations?
I think
the
so.
third one?
Well, part 2.
Okay, yeah, just say 2 and 3. Revolutions, whatever.
Revelations, Rebellion,
Convoluted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I remember the girl I was dating at the time. I was waiting in line to see it. The midnight screening, back when midnight screenings were a thing.
I remember those.
Oh, and then we left so disappointed.
Oh, I pissed off one of my buddies. We went and saw V for Vendetta, and the whole movie I'd go, Mr. Anderson. And he was so pissed at me because every time he'd start talking, I'd go, Mr. Anderson.
It'll be interesting, but yeah,
I like the idea of another Matrix movie.
I
really do. I just I'm not getting my hopes up for something good.
And I wouldn't say I'm excited, like I can't wait, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah, me too.
I'm intrigued. I'll definitely go see it.
I'll even see it opening weekend. And who knows? Maybe that trailer comes out next year and it's awesome.
What if we've already seen the trailer and it's called Cats? Oh, God.
If that means that they're all going to be put to sleep, I'm there. Opening night, man. Neo works for animal control.
Yeah. That'd be like a very Cloverfield kind of thing to do.
Remember to spay and neuter your pets.
So earlier today, someone tried to convince me that this new movie coming out called Underwater is Cloverfield 4.
Oh, is that what it is?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
But someone tried to convince me of it today. And then so I couldn't understand why they thought that. So I Google it. I find nothing, not even like fake articles suggesting that it's Cloverfield 4. I don't know why this person was trying to convince me of this. But it didn't work.
Apparently.
It didn't work at all. But yeah, no, back to Matrix though.
Thanks, Captain Sidebar.
I like that name, Captain Sidebar. No, I mean, who knows? Maybe it's just one of the Wachowskis. So maybe it's the one that doesn't suck.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe if it isn't, maybe if it isn't the both of them in there, working together, and it's just one.
Maybe it's good.
But it's interesting too. So they made a big deal, obviously, about the casting about Keanu and Carrie Ann coming back, but it doesn't look like Lawrence Fishburne will be coming back because, according to the story in Variety, they're not sure yet how the role of Morpheus will be handled, and they say that the role may be recast for a younger take.
Maybe this is a reboot.
Maybe
literally the Matrix restarted everything.
Well, they can use Cowboy Curtis then.
Old recycled footage.
That Jerry curl and a cowboy hat, and
I've actually
throw some sunglasses on, and maybe good to go.
I mean, if Disney can youngify their characters for poor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Poor Mr. Fishburne. But as of right now, I don't see an opening date, but it looks like they're hoping to begin filming at the early part of next year, 2020.
Lana Wachowski, if you're listening, take as much time as you absolutely need. Make sure this is definitely the movie.
A good one.
That you guys want to put out.
A good one.
Yeah.
Definitely make sure it's not like the last two Matrix movies. Because they sucked.
It's true.
They really sucked.
I think we've established that. All right.
We've been established this for like 16-something years.
So maybe this is what you're excited about?
Yes!
All right. So, so PowerCon is a smaller convention, but very popular, that is based all around the Masters of the Universe.
It is the #1 Masters of the Universe convention. I don't know if there's other ones, because as a Motu fan, this is the only one that really matters.
There may be, and people at PowerCon this past weekend were very surprised during a panel when writer-director Kevin Smith showed up to make an announcement. So his announcement is that he will be the showrunner and executive producer for a brand new anime He-Man series on Netflix called Masters of the Universe Revelation.
Which continues from the original series.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yes.
So no reboot, no remake. Although the 2002 series was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But at this point in my life, I want the original.
So Kevin Smith said, "I'm eternally grateful to Mattel TV and Netflix for entrusting me with not only the secrets of Grayskull, but also their entire universe. In Revelation, we pick up right where the classic era left off to tell an epic tale of what may be the final battle between He-Man and Skeletor. Brought to life with the most metal character designs powerhouse animation can contain in the frame, this is the Masters of the Universe story you always wanted to see as a kid.
And it's true.
Yes.
And now when I go onto the internet to see how other people feel about such things, I saw some very interesting comments. Basically, two crowds. One, I don't know anything about He-Man, but I'm a big Kevin Smith fan, and I'm very excited about this. The other, I'm a big He-Man fan. I don't like Kevin Smith, but cool new He-Man stuff. And then me, as both, going, oh, man.
Jam on it.
This is perfect.
A jam on it.
This is perfect. It's like everything I ever wanted. I can't say that in the past I've ever thought to myself, I really want a Kevin Smith He-Man. But now that I'm getting one,
I need it.
I need it. Like, it sounds perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I couldn't be more excited for it. I mean, and Powerhouse is the production company that brought us the animation for the Castlevania series on Netflix, which is absolutely, like, gorgeous to look at. Yeah. I don't think I could be more excited. In fact, all day today, as everyone was crying about Spider-Man no longer being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Nick's about to lose control, and I think he likes it.
All right.
but no, as people came to me today at the shop looking for comfort and
in the bosom
consolation over their grief over Spider-Man, I looked down upon them and I laughed and I said, "I'm sorry. I cannot hear you over my excitement for the new He-Man cartoon. Don't bother me with your petty,
cry in the corner.
Your petty Spider-Man squabbles."
So that's exciting.
I have the power. Oh, sorry,
Dear Lord. Sorry, listeners.
a little close.
Well, no, but I mean, I've started to notice over the past couple of years, He-Man right now is probably Masters of the Universe is probably at the height of its popularity right now.
Is it?
I think so. I mean, you got a whole new
Why is that?
generation. Well, 10 years ago, they started remaking the toys, the Four Horsemen, and that became a big deal with toy collectors. And I think it reached a brand new generation of people. Because I'll talk to people who were barely old enough to go to the bars, right? They're telling me, "Oh man, He-Man was such a big part of my childhood," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm 35. It was barely a big part of my childhood, and I passionately loved it. I came in right at the end of the He-Man craze, and I loved it, right? So this 21-year-old." I was like, how much of it was it really your childhood, or you just now fall in love with it? But I think a lot of people are just now falling in love with this thing that we've loved our entire lives, which is awesome. Because the 80s were an awesome time.
My Skeletor just came in.
Nice. Yeah, sorry I couldn't get that for you.
Sounds like a euphemism.
If you want to take it like that, I guess you could.
It's Skeletor.
But
and it comes with a bone sword.
Yeah.
But
Double on
staff.
it's not in front of me right now, but I don't see a release date.
Oh, there is none. Kevin Smith
Yeah.
was saying they don't want to rush it. There is no release date yet, but as they move further along and they have a date set, we will know as soon as possible.
It says it for Netflix, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and this matches up too. I remember on an episode quite a while back, a few months ago, of Hollywood Babylon, he was talking about, the kind of catching up on what are you doing right now? And he talked about a secret project that he was working on that he couldn't, obviously couldn't discuss publicly.
Secret.
But but that it was part of a huge universe that he was excited that he would actually get to be a part of, and control. And that was all he said. So obviously, a bunch of people started speculating, oh, he's working Star Wars, or he's doing a Marvel movie.
Oh, I remember hearing that.
So it seems like my guess is that this is the project that he was alluding to.
Well, it also seems like this would be a better fit for him than something like Star Wars. I know he's a big Star Wars fan, but I just couldn't imagine him doing anything Star Wars.
Right.
But Masters of the Universe it's weird to me because, again, I never connected the two things before in the past, but now it just seems perfect.
Yeah, it does. I agree. So I am stoked, and hopefully maybe next year at San Diego we'll have some news on a date, possible date, or
Probably.
I'm hoping.
I can only imagine what the toys are going to look like.
I'll say awesome.
Yeah, I just... This is one of those things now, I really hope I'm alive to see all this,
What was the Los Animos? Those just released a new line
Oh yeah, with the
of the carded.
the Spanish packaging.
Yeah.
I also have on order the Super 7, but in the Japanese packaging. Yeah, because I'm a nerd. I'm a big He-Man nerd.
It's a true story.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Speaking of stories that aren't true, so the rumor mill had hit like a fever pitch this past week of news about I'll say what they were saying, a confirmed Obi-Wan series for Disney Plus.
Oh man, this is why
Starring
I hate...
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, starring Ewan McGregor, returning as Obi-Wan. And so what I can say about it, not that I'm like in on anything, but what I do know about this news is that it was fake for the most part.
Well, yeah,
it's kind of been known that prior to Solo's release, with them canceling a bunch of stuff, that one of the things that they had talked about wanting to do, never confirmed it, but said they would, the idea was there about an Obi-Wan TV series, amongst many others. And Ewan has said publicly that he would love to come back and play Obi-Wan as well. And so everybody kind of put that together a while back, saying, oh, okay, it looks like this is something that they're talking about. And a lot of the real, entertainment news sources confirmed then, oh, they're talking about it. Which is, they're talking about it. There's nothing confirmed, but like, oh yeah, there's an idea and they're talking about it. No contracts were signed. Nothing was official. Just, oh, they're talking about it. And then last week, a random guy on Twitter says, oh, I have a friend that says that some big news is coming next week.
Dropping sweet tweets.
You guys are going to be stoked about it. I can't wait to tell you guys what it is from my friend on the inside. And then his next tweet is a picture of Ewan as Obi-Wan and something else about this is happening. And everybody took that as face value that, oh my God, it's happening. And so that original source is what started this whole thing. And then clickbait sites picked up on it first, saying confirmed and linking back to this guy's tweet. And then other sites picked up on confirmed, linking back to the first website, to the clickbait site, linking to the tweet. And that was where the change started. And then Hollywood Reporter, Variety are all posting, confirmed series. And then you go and read the article. Then it is the old articles, really, of them saying, oh, they're talking about it.
But even then, those articles, when you read the articles, it says rumors are.
Exactly.
And this is exactly why I hate journalism in the modern day. And not just journalism, but how people respond to journalism. Because no one really reads articles anymore. They read headlines and then, oh my God, I know everything.
Yeah.
And it is very possible that Disney was already planning on announcing a D23 because we already know from, the past year that this was a possibility.
Yeah.
So it kind of made sense that, oh, yeah, they're going to probably announce an Obi-Wan series at D23.
Which would be cool.
But people had also said, oh, they're going to announce an Obi-Wan thing at Star Wars Celebration.
And that didn't happen.
And now D23 is coming up. Oh, they're going to announce an Obi-Wan thing. And it probably is an eventuality that it's going to be announced. And like I was saying when we were talking about it, is that, prior to, or last week when it was breaking, we were all texting about it. And I said, yeah, it's going to end up happening eventually somehow. I said, but the problem is that whenever it's announced, whether it's a D23 or a year from now or 2 years from now, all of these clickbait sites and Twitter people are going to be able to say, see, I told you I was right. And then Redditors are going to say, yeah, see, I told you this guy was totally right. I'm like, no, I mean, it would be, how did I put it? It would be like me saying, oh, by the way, I hear that October is going to come later this year. And then when October does run around, it's like, see, told you, October game.
Jesse was right.
Told you, October's here.
It's like Harold Camping, predicting the end of the world.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. I hope to never hear again.
So anyways, can you tell I'm a little ramped up about it? It annoyed me. It annoyed me so much.
All day today, when people weren't crying over Spider-Man, they were telling me, did you hear? We're getting an Obi-Wan series. And I go, no, did you read the articles? Yeah. I don't think you did. I think you did. I told one guy, I think you just read the headlines there. But he goes, no, I read the articles. I don't think you did. I don't think you did, because the article said this. And he kind of went, oh, well, I didn't actually read the article. So like, why did you just say that then?
Because I can't read.
No, I think Okay, so
Thanks for throwing that in my face.
So those who've been listening long enough and those who know me know that I absolutely hate the Star Wars prequels. The one thing I didn't hate about them was Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
He was pretty damn good. And I think an Obi-Wan Kenobi show, movie, whatever, starring Ewan McGregor, I think it's perfect. And I think the time is now.
And I think anybody who watched the animated series for the Clone Wars, there's an Obi-Wan Darth Maul episode. If you saw that, you'd go, okay, yeah, I see exactly how an Obi-Wan series could work, because it was probably one of the best episodes of the series.
Yeah. And so I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed, hoping these are true, but I'm not really expecting it. I think the rumored Mandalorian trailer is a lot more likely.
Well, see, and again, that's the other thing is it's not a rumor. They're gonna show a trailer there.
Yeah,
I think and they're probably it might even be a little bit longer than what we saw at Celebration. It's very public. Like, oh, here are the shows we're going to talk about. And Mandalorian's a big one. So yeah, they're going to show a trailer, but people keep thinking that they're leaking info. Like, oh, I heard they're going to show a preview for Mandalorian. It's like, yeah, it's on their website.
And I'll be honest with you. It can even be the exact same trailer from
probably
Celebration,
will be.
as long as I can watch it in HD.
The only thing that I hope after it is that they'll finally
Release it
online officially.
Because they didn't even bother to try taking down the leaked videos this time around.
Well, and again, I think one of the reasons they didn't is because what happened during that panel at Celebration. I don't know if I talked about it on the show or not, but during that panel at Celebration, they showed the long clip and then the sizzle reel. And then when the lights came back on, John Favreau came on mic and goes, "Oh my God, I totally forgot. Please don't record this." And it was done. So I think because of that, they really had no recourse to go back because they weren't warned before. So, but I think that's why.
I mean, I've seen like that video from numerous angles, and I've never seen one that was like really blurry. I mean, it's all cell phone footage, but it's some pretty good.
Yeah, I know, because I've gone back and watched some of those.
I've watched it
awesome.
so many times. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely incredible, and I can't wait for Disney Plus. I really can't. It's
November.
Yes, November 12th.
I believe so.
Yes,
I think so. Oh man.
Well, so speaking of that, we can jump ahead. So this coming weekend, it was mentioned earlier, is D23, which is the big Disney convention. So for those who don't know, D23 is basically Disney Comic-Con.
Yeah.
They throw it themselves. And it's all about everything Disney. So Disney Studios, Lucasfilm, Marvel, Pixar, the theme parks. It's all Disney all the time. And so some of the major panels that they'll be having this week at Disney Plus will be one of them, where they're going to talk more about the service. Also, people who are at the convention will be the first ones allowed to start signing up for D20 for Disney Plus there. And my understanding as well is that for people that are members of D23, which is basically the Disney fan club, is I think gold members. I'm not sure if it'll actually start during the convention or after the convention, but members will be able to sign up online before everybody else. That's me.
Now I do have a question. Though,
I'm a member. I don't think I'm gold though.
But
I'm gold.
You're gold.
So I mean,
gold.
it's not like there's like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
It's not like there's like a limited amount of like subscriptions available.
No, my understanding is I think they're going to offer a.
But you're not as cool as
like a
we
trial?
are.
A what?
Like a trial?
No. I believe what it is, it's going to be D23 members and people at the convention will have the opportunity to sign up for a 3-year subscription at a discount rate.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
So, yeah. It is on the interwebs. Their website is a little complicated. Just stuff is buried in whatever. It's not that great of a site. But that's my understanding. So I don't remember off the top of my head what the pricing is for it. But that'll be the incentive there, is that if you sign up here, you'll be able to get this 3-year package at this lower rate.
Cool.
Yeah. So as soon as I see what it is online, I will let you know and not sign you up for it. Because I will be signing up for it.
What does it take to become a D23 gold
Sign
member?
up on
Yeah, go on their website and sign up.
No,
So
but a gold member.
just you have to pay the membership. So
How much
they
is the
have
membership?
2 rates. They have a single rate and they have a family rate. So, I'll go ahead and look it up here. See, again, why do they have all these bars here? Goodness, Disney. Get your websites great. Look at that.
That is weird.
Okay,
yeah.
so for a single, it's so tiny at the bottom, $99 for a year.
Okay.
And so what the D23 membership gets you is not just being part of the club. There's a quarterly magazine that's sent to you. It's actually a really nice magazine. And they have D23 member events throughout the year, different cities. And for us locally, where we are, they have some that take place in San Francisco and at the Disney Museum. And then they have other ones, again, all over the place. And those include film screenings, tours of the Disney studios, which aren't open to the public. So they're scheduled just for things like this. Yeah.
That is pretty sweet.
And then you also get a yearly membership gift. And then other things pop up throughout the year. Like when I was at Star Wars Celebration, like 2 weeks before the convention, they announced a D23 screening for Return of the Jedi at one of the theaters there in Chicago. And I have a family membership. So the difference is that with a single membership, it would allow you to get a ticket for you and one other guest. For a family membership, I can get up to 3 other tickets for an event.
That's cool.
So I was able to take my brother and his friend that was there with us at the convention. So the 3 of us went, for a free screening of Return of the Jedi. And you walk in, and at the screenings, they always have some sort of a gift for you as well that you only get there. And then because it was a movie too, we had, everybody got vouchers for free food and drinks there as well. And it was fun. Even though it's seeing Return of the Jedi, it was fun to, see it on the big screen again, with my brother, because that was probably one of the last movies that we saw together. No, actually it wasn't, but it was the last Star Wars movie we'd seen, as kids in the theater. So it was kind of fun to reminisce about that.
In the 80s.
Yes, in the 80s. Sigh. But in a nutshell, that's what D23 does. And then when the convention comes up, which is a drink almost went for a ride. When the D23 convention comes up, you can get discount tickets. And you can also get them in advance before they go on sale to the public. So,
nice. In
a nutshell, that is what D23 is.
Where's the convention at this year?
Anaheim. It's always in Anaheim.
It's always in? Okay.
So it's $99 for a single and $129 for a family membership.
It's across
cool.
the street from the park.
Yes, at the Anaheim Convention Center.
Wait, so it's only $30 more for the family?
Pretty much.
I mean, why not just go for the family?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got mine for free. What? Huh? What?
What happened?
Who said that? So
Secret.
So Disney Plus.
Disney
So
Plus.
that's one of the things that they'll be talking about on one of their panels. Then tomorrow, which is the 22nd, they are announcing a secret company project.
Secret, you say?
Seriously, it is. They're going to be talking about it on, what day is it? Might be on Saturday. During Saturday, but they're going to announce it tomorrow. And it literally on the schedule just says Secret Walt Disney Company Project. There it is. So at 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Is that 2 o'clock local time? Or
Yeah,
Eastern?
2 o'clock Pacific time.
Okay.
They'll be doing this panel for whatever it is they're going to be announcing tomorrow. Who knows? It could be movie related. It could be Disney Plus related. It could be theme park related. Nobody knows. It could just be...
They're going to unfreeze Walt Disney.
They're going to unfreeze Walt Disney. We're buying Sony. Spider-Man's dead in the MCU. Ha ha ha. After credit
Spider-Man.
scene. Who knows what it is? So I'm intrigued to find out what this is. So whatever they announce tomorrow, on Saturday they'll be discussing it at a panel in greater detail.
We should come up with our own theories as to what it is, and I guarantee you it's going to be none of those.
I think we just did.
Well, I meant more, like longer, elaborate. If we were live, I would ask the listeners to come up with their own, tweet them at me, but we're not live.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
All right.
Against my wishes, we are not live.
So what is yours?
Oh, I'm going with that. Unfreezing Walt Disney.
Okay, I'm free. How about you?
Or cloning. They're going to clone Walt Disney. a whole army of Walt Disneys, and he's gonna like start up
Army of
Disneylands
Walts.
all
They're
across the
grow
planet.
a pair and release Song of the South on Blu-ray.
Ooh.
You know what? That is actually a really good prediction.
Ooh.
Actually uses a very teachable moment in society today.
That's a really good prediction. I like that.
We still watch A Birth of a Nation.
True.
I don't, but okay.
Well, it's available.
yes, it is.
You can be taught about things that happened.
Maybe they're going to remake Song of the South.
Ooh, well, good. I know they were pretty pissed off about the Disneyfication of the original film. But
Remake Song of the South. Announcing X-Men Fantastic Four.
Maybe Disney is doing the new Cloverfield movie.
Maybe Disney is Cloverfield.
That's the secret.
Ooh.
Highlander 2.
Highlander 2.
Quickening.
The secret.
But it could not even be anything film or television. It could be something for their stockholders.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally could be.
Although everything is for their
Yeah.
whatever they announce is for the stockholders. In reality, it could be a new line of clothing.
It could be
Mouse
a new
ears.
a new park.
Could be a new park.
A new park opening.
There has always been the talk of Third Gate in Anaheim.
What'd
Is
you
what
call
it was
me?
called. You heard me. No, there's always been talk for a third theme park in Anaheim.
Wow.
And it's called Third Gate. And that's been in the works for a long time. There's an area for most probably don't know, employees / cast members park offsite.
Yeah.
You don't park on property anymore. You park offsite at the cast member parking lot and you get shelled
Crammed
over,
in. Yeah.
which is annoying. But anyways, behind the cast member parking, there is a parcel of land that they purchased. Used to be strawberry fields.
Right.
Do you remember those?
Yeah.
The old strawberry fields there up Harbor Boulevard. So they purchased all that land. So that turned into overflow parking. And so for the longest
Off
time,
of Harbor.
if you're going up Harbor, the convention center is on the right-hand side.
Right.
Across the street from there is where the strawberry fields were, and it's now a big parking lot. If you saw it, you would remember it.
Yeah.
So that location, and I think also including the cast member parking lot, has always
Oh, yeah. I know
has-
exactly what we're talking about now.
has always been the notion that that property would eventually be turned into Third Gate.
South of Catella.
Yes. And I've seen concepts for different parks throughout the years, and that's just what they do is they think up ideas for, Imagineering thinks of all these
Well, I
different
know
ideas.
they bought a ton of office space
Yes.
recently.
Yeah. And they are supposed to be building another one because they purchased a hotel across the street, and that's going to be torn down and turned into office space.
Well, I know they shut down the new hotel they're going to put in
Right.
by Disneyland Hotel.
Yes. So that's an idea. I didn't even think of that. Third Gate could be announced.
Yeah.
I know one of the ones designs for what's now California Adventure when they were looking for a park to put there, and I'd always wished they had done it, and maybe they will, was a villains park.
Oh.
So that was going to basically be like Disney's Magic Mountain kind of a thing. So it'd all be themed to Disney villains. And I always wish that they had done that. So maybe we'll. And there's also been the rumor of an Anaheim water park like they have in Orlando. Who knows? I mean, but if they could shoehorn California Adventure into the old parking lot, they could shoehorn something in over there up Harbor.
Wish they just expanded the original park.
Yeah.
Would have been better.
Yeah. The problem with extending it is they would have to move Main Street because Main Street's always going to be the entrance.
Yeah, you can wrap it around. It's a very long way around, but
That's true. That's true.
through Critter Country.
Yeah. That is true. Be weird.
It would.
But yeah, but you're right. That could happen.
And monkeys might fly out of my butt.
But they are going to be, speaking of, they are going to have a Disney Parks panel as well over the weekend. where I'm sure we're going to find. I'm assuming we're going to find out about what's going to happen with the Spider-Man attraction.
Spider-Man.
Because that's supposed to be their big thing for next year. And I'm guessing they're going to have an update on Galaxy's Edge, maybe when Rise of the Resistance, maybe some footage of Rise of the Resistance, a little bit more info on the attraction itself, maybe about other additions they want to do to Galaxy's Edge. You never know.
Did Florida just open up?
Florida's, I don't know if they've officially opened yet. I know they're doing cast member previews for the past couple of weeks, but I think it is this week that they're supposed to open officially to the public. If not this week, by next week. And then, like we were just talking about, possible new projects. I mean, who knows? With the Disney Parks announcements, it's always, there's going to be a lot to discuss. And then the big one, as far as I'm concerned, will be on Saturday morning. They're doing the big Disney Studios presentation. So that's where every area of the Disney Studios will be coming out and talking about their upcoming projects. So obviously we're going to have Star Wars being talked about with, some sort of a trailer dropping there. Could be another full trailer, or it could be a full trailer. It could just be a behind-the-scenes sizzle reel like we've had in the past. But something's going to drop there. And my guess is that that's also the opportunity they're going to have to show off stuff for the Jungle Cruise movie coming up with.
I keep forgetting about that.
The Rock, yeah. I can't forget about that.
I know. And you can't say why.
Yeah. And off the top of my head, I know there's other Frozen 2 coming out. Yeah, big one. I know Frozen 2 is coming out, and I don't know, there'll be other stuff that we'll be finding out for the first time, maybe an Obi-Wan movie instead
that would
of
be cool.
A series. I would take both. Take
like
either.
To know what the animation and Pixar are going to be doing.
Yeah, so that's always a big part of it. Like I said, I know Frozen 2 is coming out this year. There's another one. It was like a redoing of Jack and the Beanstalk. I can't remember.
Gigantic.
Yeah.
That was the last one, I think, of that.
Yeah, and all they showed was just
major slate a few years ago.
Yeah, that was just a brief drawing that they showed of it. Nothing major at all. It was just a concept, which really didn't show much. So maybe we'll get more information on that, but we don't really have a lot of other details, as far as I know. Which means, of course, we'll probably just be getting sequels announced. Probably like Monsters Retirement Home.
Yeah. My buddy Pat went to D23 a couple years ago, I think, and I think he saw some of the drawing stuff for Gigantic and whatever else was coming out.
And I think some of the projects that they announced a while back all got shelved. A lot of them did. Speaking of shelving things, did you ever download it? The movie that I sent to you?
Not yet.
Okay, I've got to get it to you too. There's a documentary that was never officially released called The Sweatbox.
Nice.
And it is fantastic. It's all about an animated movie called Empire of the Sun that they worked on. And it shows how everything can go wrong and does go wrong, and how a company can take over a movie and change it, because that movie became The Emperor's New Groove.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And those longtime listeners of the show will remember that in an episode a long, long time ago, we actually talked about this, because I knew nothing about this, and Jesse was telling me. Yeah.
So I don't know how it dropped into my hands, but I have that documentary. Nice. So I'll have to get you a copy, because it's pretty awesome. Sorry, listeners, I cannot distribute it.
No.
But just use the internet machine at your fingertips and see if you can find one.
You can.
Speaking
it is out there.
Meddling with things, I just heard Aquaman again in the news talking.
Oh, what did he get run
how
over?
Sick. It was a truck of garden gnomes. No, no. I guess he said the Zack Snyder Justice League cut was sick.
Oh yeah. He was talking about how
he
was like thanking Snyder for showing him the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
And then Gal Gadot had gone
and I know that
they commented, "I love you guys so much," or something like that.
Was it Tushahari? What the heck's that? How's the
sure?
Whatever the guy, the now soon to be former head of Warner Brothers, is going to be out the door.
Oh yeah,
and they're going to replace
Tsujihara, Kevin Tsujihara. Yeah.
So who knows?
We might get the Snyder cut after. Yeah.
Let's
see what it really was supposed to look like.
Yeah. Speaking of studio interference,
yeah. A lot of interference in the films.
Yeah. Now, some of the panels, I was excited when I first heard about this, they said that we're going to stream some of the panels online, which made me excited because Star Wars Celebration did a great job.
Yes, they did.
Of streaming their big stuff online. And like we said before, even when they showed footage that they didn't want out there, that was just for the people there, screen went to black. And then when it was done, came back up. Live feed started right back up.
Yep.
I could easily do the same thing. So they announced their panel schedule that's going to be streamed. And I have to tell you, it's pretty lame. So, hold on, pull that back up.
Is it making the musical, High School Musical 5?
Maybe.
Oh.
There's a fourth one?
I don't know.
No.
This
I have
is,
no idea.
This is all that they are streaming online. The Disney Legends panel on Friday at 10:30 a.m. and then Behind the Art of Disney Costuming at 4 p.m. And that's it for Friday. And then on Saturday, you get to do the Women of Impact. Meet the National Geographic Explorers Changing the World. Sounds like a great panel. I love National Geographic. Not the one I wanted to see. And then the other one will be Marvel Comics, Marvel's 80th anniversary. That's it for streaming on Saturday. And on Sunday, Heroines of the Disney Galaxies presented by Box Lunch. And then at 3 p.m., The Art of Disney Storytelling. That's it.
So not only is it like so minimal and disinteresting, it's also spread out pretty far apart.
Yes.
Which would make it easy to forget.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's lame.
I was really disappointed when I saw this.
So I mean, touching back more on going back to Celebration, right? Not only did they show the panels, but they also showed the convention floor a great deal. And I thought
Yes.
this is exactly how to do this. This is what
Yeah.
I've always wanted from Comic-Con and never gotten, because the Comic-Con streaming stuff sucks. But it seemed like Disney was on the right track.
That was what I hoped when I saw that announcement that, oh, okay, they're going to bring that team in to do this.
But what the hell?
I don't know.
BlizzCon, when they do their stuff, it shows everything, and you can have full access to it for weeks after the fact, too. But they have every major announcement that they can possibly have, and they show all the different esports stuff and all the stuff from the convention floors.
Yeah.
And that's $40. You think maybe you could make a little money off of that with D23?
Right?
You know, $20-$40 a pop. You make quite a bit just watching this thing.
Yep.
And then also, too, and their big thing, also is, hey, make sure you tune in early before each panel for our D23 Expo Live pre-show.
Yeah.
No. How about no? Especially because they built it up so much. I mean, even before you read this, you get kind of excited because live in a galaxy far, far away and can't make it to Anaheim for D23? Don't worry, we've got you covered because this year we're live streaming directly from the Anaheim Convention Center to a mobile device near you. It's like, oh my God, that's awesome. Oh, it's 6 panels.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that we're covered,
No.
Yeah.
Not
In
at
fact, I would go as far as say, we're insulted.
Yeah.
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 How dare you?
I'm not mad.
Disney.
I'm disappointed.
No, I'm mad. I'm mad.
Why can't it be both?
So, I mean, and I probably will watch the Disney Legends one because, again, that is one that I'd be interested in seeing.
Yeah.
And it's not that these other panels are bad, but come on. Really? This is all you're offering?
Yeah, the Marvel one sounds cool.
Yeah. But again, so much more happening. And even if you didn't want to do the Disney Studios one or even Disney Plus because of whatever is going to be shown there, I get it. But there's so many other great panels. I mean, just, when we were glancing at the schedule earlier, that the Haunted Mansion panel,
Absolutely.
would be awesome to see online. They're doing a Simpsons panel, which is going to be really interesting to hear how that's going to go over.
Yep.
I mean, come on.
Well, digging deeper, uncovering Disney's hidden history. So secrets of Walt Disney. Secrets.
So, yes, as you said, I am mad and I'm disappointed.
Yes.
That's how I'm changing it. But other than that, I know that we'll be getting news as it comes out of the convention and hopefully footage and trailers and what have you that'll also be dropping. And we will cover all of that in the next episode.
Yay.
Hooray. So, anything else, gentlemen?
Nope.
I'm still excited about He-Man.
He-Man.
We need a countdown clock.
Huh?
We countdown clock.
Well, we need to
It
know
just
when
keeps spinning even though we don't know when the day. The numbers just keep spinning down.
All right. So.
No Orko though. No Orko.
Oh, Orko sucks.
Yeah, we can,
No one likes Orko.
I don't know. You got to find him in the episode. Because he's hidden. Don't forget that now you can listen to subscribe to the Oh My Geek podcast on Stitcher. So when you're on Stitcher, please don't forget to rate us 5 stars and leave a comment. And if you don't have Stitcher, you can download it for free in your app store.
I did, and I've been using it quite a lot, actually. I like it.
If you're one of those crazy people who doesn't use Stitcher, you can still find us any other place where you get your podcasts. Follow us across social medias on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find us at Oh My Geek, or you can shoot us a message if you would like to chat with us. Email us at show@omgeekshow.com. But I think that's it, gentlemen. Huh?
Yay, we did it. 2 episodes in a day. I feel accomplished.
That's great.
Yeah.
All righty. Okay. Well, that's it, kiddies. So, on behalf of the Oh My Geek podcast, this is Jesse.
This is Nick.
This is the other Nick.
And we'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
German? Forget it, he's rolling.
And it ain't over now.